That looks like a great time. But there is something about it that feels just a little bit like going to the mall for a few days. Welcome to Dan's on the Street. I am Dan. Today we're at episode 100 of my series, and I'm very excited to be here. This has been a great time. I hope you've enjoyed the ride as we slowly explore the world city by city. I thought we could do something a little different and just explore the Atlantic Ocean here and look all around. There's a lot of little dots all in here of where people have dropped images, many of them on ships, some on little islands, and a bunch of them are just misplaced dots that really should be somewhere else. Well, maybe we'll check those out too, just for fun. Let's start up here in the north, and I've also jotted down a few facts I read about the Atlantic, so this won't be entirely without knowledge that could be gained. Let's dive right in here. Oh, perfect. All right, let's drop onto a ship, it looks like. Oh my, beautiful cruise ship here. We're looking at May 2019. This is clearly one of these large passenger cruise ships, you know, a Disney cruise or the like, although it doesn't quite look like maybe a Disney cruise if I was guessing. Quite the views here. Nobody here. This is like, even on a cruise ship, I'm getting the Google experience of not a ton of people. Well, maybe they're down there. Okay, I take it back. They're around. Quite a sight though here. I've mentioned before in this series that I've never been on a cruise. I think I'll be on one someday. I expect I will. Seems like, I don't know, you gotta go at least once. Enjoy the experience of being out at sea and, well, just all that comes along with that. Very neat. All right, let's pop back up. The Atlantic Ocean is, of course, the second largest ocean, and it covers 29% of the world's water surface area, so it's still massive. Let's see what's up here. Oh, a misplaced one. We'll drop into some of these misplaced ones just because I am curious how they became so misplaced and where they actually belong to. Let's see. Actually, well, this one actually looks like a little island here. We'll pop onto here. Oh my goodness, look at this. I won't stop into too many islands, but some of them are so small. The reality is I'll probably never visit them on one of these tours officially. Look at this site. What a bay here with a ship down in there. It looks like some sort of cruise ship maybe. Tour group going up here. This little tiny island. The Atlantic Ocean is approximately 75 million cubic miles of water. 75 million cubic miles. Just an unbelievable number if you think about how big 1 cubic mile of liquid would look like. What is this here? This does not appear to be in the Atlantic. We're in someone's apartment here. I wonder how this got misplaced here. And I wonder where we actually are. Quite the wallpaper here. A tad busy for my taste, but nice place there. Let's see. We're going to find a lot of ships, I expect. Well, and a lot of misplaced ones too. All right, this looks like a boat. Oh, this is neat. Kind of scary. We're hanging out over the side of the ship. Interesting. Some escape boats there, whatever you call them. Boy, we're really just hanging off. This is quite frightening here. It must be on a pole or something. This has been somebody's like last view here as they were diving off or something. Look at that expanse. This is the first ocean that was crossed by an airplane. And according to Wikipedia, the first ocean that was crossed by a ship as well, but I'm not sure quite what they mean by that. Or, well, maybe it is as they say. Look at this boat here. It's got actually has a motor on it and everything. Somehow I didn't realize these things were powered. I guess it makes sense. Why not? Interesting. All right, let's pop out. All right, we're heading over towards this side of the American side of things. It doesn't quite look right. Let's go down here, maybe. Look at this shelf here, where the water just drops off. You can see where, like, I wonder, was this ever land mass out here? Maybe, at some point. The Atlantic dates back to the Jurassic period, which is about 145 million years ago. It's hard to picture the ocean having an origin date, but obviously, clearly it did. Is this a grill here? Kind of looks like it. Interesting scene going on here. It's like maybe some scientific research or fishing. Big cranes, big equipment. Boy, oh boy, I wouldn't know the first thing to do if I was placed here. I'd want to climb this ladder for no reason. I don't know. I don't know what to do. This guy seems like he knows what's going on. Interesting. All kinds of machinery. Oh, American flag, okay. June 2017. Let's go further into this cape or something. Is this the same ship? Oh, I think it is. Yeah, same boat. Different time. Bunch of people out here. Looks like they must load something big, like one of those diving robotic submarines, and then lifts up onto here. That's my guess. These don't look like fishers, although I guess what does a fishing boat look like? I'm not quite certain. Let's just see what this is. Clearly not in the Atlantic. This is someone's like trailer home. Or camper. Looks new, right? Sorta. New countertops, stuff. I wonder where we actually are. Somewhere in the south of the US, maybe? I don't know. Off the coast of Boston? I don't think so, though. Do we check this one out? Maybe. Ooh, this looks like a nighttime view, maybe. Okay, not a great image. Oh my, look at this. These cruise ships are... I mean, this is getting a little ridiculous. I guess there's no rules, but, this is a cruise ship with all this nonsense up here and palm trees. I guess this is, this is what the people want. Don't you wish you could show this back to Magellan or something? They wouldn't even know what they're looking at. Like, this is a boat? And there's a marketplace down there. I mean, it's very impressive. The engineering that goes into all of this is just remarkable. Look at the way this, there's been this, what do you call that? Cliff face that drops in there, all under the ocean. No. All right. Bunch of misplaced dots. I don't know how these all get misplaced like this. Maybe it's quite easy to just accidentally drop it in the wrong place. This looks like a nice lounge place. Oh, great views off the side here. Very peaceful day. Oh, all kinds of fun out here again. People lounging. I don't know. There is, I admit, I don't know. There's something about this scene that I can't quite say it's inviting to me. Just seems like a lot of people. But you're all out there having a good time. And you're doing it for the kids and stuff. That's what it would have to be. If you have kids, this would be a good time, I think. Although, wouldn't you be slightly terrified the whole time of just losing a kid off the side? I feel like I would. I don't know. I'm sure there's safety rules and stuff. Pretty neat, though. Just crazy images off those. I was reading the average depth of the Atlantic is almost 12,000 feet. That's the average. That's so deep. And at its deepest, it's 27,000 feet, 480 feet. 27,480 feet, which is just, frightening how deep that is. Bunch of people out here walking around. Enjoying the scene. Here's Bermuda. I haven't been there yet on this tour. I'm gonna save it. Oh my, we're gonna have a good time touring there coming up, I promise. Give me time. Let's see, is this a cruise ship? Oh, yes it is. Wow, this is crazy. This is all glassed in. This is pretty awesome though, right? Is this a swing? Or something, I guess? Yeah, it's a strange swing. People just enjoying the sight. I mean, it's quite the sight of just this endless ocean. Hot tubs. Huh. I got lifeguards around. Interesting. It's crazy to me to think that the ocean, the Atlantic was considered just quite uncrossable for so long. Oh wow. Oh my, look at these. Okay, yep. These are all escape boats. Powellfinger. I wonder if you go through safety training as you get on a cruise ship or something. It seems like it would still be mayhem getting everybody in here onto these boats. I don't know. Terrifying thought to even think about. I'm sure it's a lot safer than it used to be, but still kind of scary. But yeah, just to think that the Atlantic, as long as there are humans occupying these lands here, Spain, Portugal, France, they just looked out at this water and it was uncrossable. Like you could touch it, you could go out a few miles or even many miles, but like nobody knew what was out there, or it was just uncrossable. Even if you knew the Earth was round maybe or spherical, you still wouldn't quite know how far away things were. And obviously many of them nobody had any idea there was a giant landmass in between us in between them and Asia. This is just crazy here. All this, my oh my. It's neat. I don't know. I feel mixed about it. I mean, would I like to be sitting on one of these chairs right now? Absolutely. That looks like a great time. So maybe I should just leave it at that. You can't blame anyone for wanting to come hang out here. But there is something about it that feels just a little bit like going to the mall for a few days. And if you love the mall, maybe that sounds like a great time. I like going for an hour or two. But I don't know. Would it get old? I don't know. Maybe a couple days. We're just checking out cruise ships, really. That's what most of this is. All different cruise ships, I guess. Sitting on a helipad here. All right. Guess I hadn't really considered these things have helipads on them. Makes sense, though. Giant wire overhead. They must take that down if the helicopter lands. Though, I guess obviously. Interesting. These look like cabins in there. Neat, classic circular windows. Old-fashioned style. There's the bridge up there. I think that's what that's called. The bridge. Moving down south slowly here. We gotta pick up our pace. There's so much to see here. Well, so many cruise ships at least. Another empty ship here. Sun's going down. My oh my. I mean, that's what you're here for. Just the unbelievable sunrises and sunsets. and the stars at night. Probably if they killed the lights, I'm sure this gets just stunning on a clear night. Oh, there's the moon. Maybe. I don't think a telescope would be of much value out here, but just lying out and looking at the stars would be a wonderful time. Way far away from any... Oh, here we go. Any land. You can even see them in this image, which is probably a good sign that... I mean, this might be a long exposure, but I hope they turn off these lights and stuff when it gets later. Maybe they do. This is pretty great, though. Pretty awesome. Again, I'm mostly impressed by the engineering of all this. That we can build these things and they're pretty much safe. I don't know. I guess occasionally one of these will still have issues. I remember that one Costa Concordia a few years back. That was a series of mistakes that led to that, but still happened. A bunch of people died. Let's see what's going on here. This does not feel like a ship. No, it's not a ship. Wonder where we are here. We're Parus. I think we're somewhere in South America, but we're not there. Interesting. Let's see here. More places. I'm going to avoid the Gulf of Mexico because maybe I'll visit there sometime coming up. Got the Bermuda Triangle somewhere in here, right? Somewhere in here is kind of Bermuda Triangle, I think. More killer sunsets or sunrises. That would be kind of great. Is that an image of it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thought that was just a guy standing there. I mean, that was stunning. More beautiful skies. I'll check out one more of these. Fantastic. Oh, there's a helipad. What is this part of the ship here that sticks out? I don't know my ship terminology. You'll see this even going way back to old ships. Up on the bridge, they'll have this little piece that sticks out where the captain can come out, kind of look down the side of the ship, make sure everything's, make sure they're not going to hit something they're close by, or I don't know what it's for. I assume that's what it's for. I don't know the name of that. It's kind of a neat feature. I recently read the wonderful book called Dead Wake by Eric Larson. Anyone read that one? It's about the sinking of the Lusitania. Thinking about it, looking at all these ships, and that's not a ship either. It's really great, though. Really great book. I definitely recommend it. It's terrifying, and it just gives you chills. It's really, really fascinating and sad. But maybe I'm not selling it well here. It's a great book, though. There's a number of these all... Well... Are these in a cruise ship? I can't tell. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. Some sort of lounge here. Get your breakfast buffet, maybe. The book is so good, though. And I just can't imagine how scary that must have been. And, oh, not another misplaced photograph. Beautiful place, though. My goodness, I wonder where this is. Wild, alien-looking landscape. But the image of just the people having a peaceful time, and maybe similar to the Titanic, but it just was very hard to get people going, or like even when people knew what was going on, it was just hard to believe the ship was really going down. It just didn't seem possible, which it makes me scared seeing these images of all these peaceful scenes on these boats. All kinds of misplaced images here. What's going on? But yeah, it was just hard to get people to really believe this ship is definitely going down. Okay, this has got to be a joke. Somebody just put this in the ocean just so we would all look at these ridiculous stuffed animals. You got me. Let's see. Moving down into southern part of the Atlantic, South Atlantic. This is just littered with... I wonder if this is an error of users or somehow even a Google error. Like, I wonder if these are... I don't know. There's too many of them down here for... I just don't know. There's a ton of them down here, and they're all misplaced ones. The South Georgian and South Sandwich Islands. Let's pop down here. The South Sandwich Islands. Can't say I've really ever heard of them. I mean, maybe I've heard of them. Okay, but I don't know anything about them. Pretty fantastic, though, here. Very wild. Look at these mountains. Oh, man. I look forward to the day when just more of these obscure places are properly mapped by Google. There's so many places in the world, and I've spent a ton of time here in Google the last few months. Oh, look at this. Oh, my. Ooh. Glacier down here. Pretty fantastic. I mean, unbelievable. Yeah, there's just so many parts of the world here where there's just nobody living down here, or a handful at best. And they just haven't been mapped very well yet. I'll take what I can get, and I appreciate every image people have uploaded. Look at this place. Oh my goodness. Oh, definitely would love to go for a hike in here. Assuming I could get out safely. Man. That's awesome. South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands. Yeah, I really don't know much about them at all. One more place in here. Only because I probably won't be able to visit a city here at any point. There's your boat. Fantastic. Look at the mist or the clouds up there obscuring the tops of those points. Very cool. Some serious height to these too. Look at that. Oh yeah, down here by the Falklands. Way down south. Oh, look at these little islands here. I wonder if these were volcanically formed. They have the look of it. Whoa. Frigid views. Ice cold up here. Somebody's got a laptop. Some sort of imaging device, or I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this looks chilly. Some cameras. Pretty neat. Wonder how you get up inside there. Is there a ladder inside there, maybe? Fantastic, though. Yeah, I bet those are ancient volcanoes. That's my guess. Oh, looks like we're inside. Oh, neat. Definitely inside some sort of captain's whatever. This is where they operate the thing. Look at all these boats, manuals, fax machine, maps. Look at these. What a classic looking map. They still use proper print maps like this on ships? Is that common? I guess so. I would have assumed that's pretty much all GPS at this point. Maybe as a backup though, you gotta have that kind of thing. No. Another misplaced image. I was reading too, just about the Atlantic. I didn't realize the extent to which it's really not a homogeneous body. I kind of think of it as, I don't know, it's the Atlantic. What? It's a chicken. Okay, no comment on that one. But it actually has many different regions to it. There's the surface temperature varies by up to 60 degrees, and the subsurface by another, 20 degrees or so. And the salinity varies widely. It's the saltiest ocean by average, technically. But all kinds of misplaced ones. Interesting. Whoa. Oh my, look at this natural bridge. But there's like major districts of the ocean. There's 4 major upper districts, 4 major mid districts. The North Atlantic has 4 major deep districts, which all like kind of move and operate their own. And also like the Coriolis effect circulates the North Atlantic clockwise and the South Atlantic counterclockwise. I don't think I realized that. It's pretty fascinating. And the South Atlantic has 2 high tides as opposed to 1 in the North Atlantic. Had no idea. Not quite sure why that is. Something having to do with... I'm not quite sure what the effect that would cause it to get into a 2 high tide rhythm. Things having to do with the moon, I suppose. None of these images are right down here. Still kind of fascinating. Wonder where we are. Pretty cool room. Oh my. This is a really neat place. If anyone recognizes any of these images, let me know where I'm looking at. I've been down to McMurdo Station here in the Arctic. Wow, look at this. Look at that. Is that an iceberg? Kind of looks like it. Floating. The melting of these also affects salinity locally and as a whole. There's a little penguin. Boy, watch out for those, right? If we learned anything from the Titanic. Obviously, we have better ships, I guess. Has an iceberg taken out a modern ship? Does that still happen ever? I'm not sure. Well, this has been great. Enjoyable time. I've really enjoyed making this series. And I'll be back soon with more regularly scheduled programming. But I thought we could do something fun, something different. Maybe at on the 200th video, I'll visit the Pacific or something like that. For now, though, let's see. I wonder if I can add this to my map. Been there, seen that. Atlantic Ocean. Yes, we can. There it is on our map. That's been great. As always, let me know where you want me to go. And give me some suggestions. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. And until next time.